Okay guys, some of the ingredients that you would need to make a strawberry poke cake is you would need a white classic cake mix. Any white classic cake mix you like. I just love Duck and Heinz. My mother been buying it all my life, and so that's what I'm going to have. Of course, you know, you're gonna follow the directions to how to make that classic white cake, and you know it's gonna require you some vegetable oil. I use Crisco. It's gonna require you some eggs, and it's going to require you some water. Also, guys, you're gonna have to find the Jello you will like because this is a strawberry poke cake. I got the strawberry Jello, but you can use raspberry. I love raspberry, so you can use raspberry or strawberry. And you're gonna need you some pudding if you're gonna be using the pudding for your frosting. I got me just regular vanilla pudding, and you're gonna need you some whipped topping. I prefer Cool Whip, and you're gonna need strawberries or raspberries, depending on what Jello you use. If you use the raspberry Jello, you could use the buy some raspberry, and if you use the strawberry Jello, you could buy some strawberry, or you could just mix them both. Depending on what season we're in, guys, you may not be able to find those strawberries, so you can buy the frozen sliced strawberries. Just make sure you thaw them out. Okay, guys, so that's the ingredients for the strawberry poke cake. The equipment you'll need, guys, is a bowl, a spoon, a KitchenAid blender or just a blender, and a 9 by 13 pan. We're getting ready to make our white cake mix, and so you just want to take the cake mix out the box and you want to pour it inside of your bowl. It requires 1 cup of water, so we're going to get ready to pour our 1 cup of water in. It requires 3 egg whites, so make sure you take the yolks out of the eggs. I have 3 egg whites right here. It requires 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, so I'm going to put that in here. Now, depending on the cake mix box that you brought, you may require different ingredients for yours, but that's the ingredients that was required for mine. So now what I want to do is nicely incorporate all the ingredients in this bowl. So I'm going to take my blender and blend it. I like to start off slow first because I want to make sure none of this batter splatter everywhere. And once I get it kind of incorporated, I can kind of speed up the speed a little bit. Okay guys, what I'm going to do is finish blending this, and then we'll be back when it's time to pour it in this pan. Guys, we finished blending our batter, so now we're going to pour our batter in our 9 by 13 pan. We're going to make sure we get all that goodies out the pan. This reminds me when I was a little girl, my mother used to let me and my sister, when she finished blending her cakes on the holidays, she used to give let me and my sister lick out the bowl when we was done. I used to watch my mother pour the batter in a pan. It just seemed like she just kept on scraping the pan. And I was saying to myself as a little girl, is she gonna leave any in there for us? You may have to take your whatever pan you're using By now you should have your oven preheated, and depending on what your cake box directions are, you need to put it in your oven. Like this is going in a 325-degree oven, and I'm going to cook this for 23 to 28 minutes. Now, depending on if you're using a glass dish or a metal dish, it may be different preheating time. So you need to look at the back of your cake box. Well, I'll be back. I'm going to put this in the oven, and we will see the finished product. Hi guys, the cake is now out the oven. A little bit of the top came off because I had put some saran wrap on top of it, but it's still good. So what you want to do when your cake come out the oven, you want to wait till it cool. After it cool, you want to take a wooden spoon, bottom of a wooden spoon, or some kind of spoon. You see I got this spoon. It's not circular, and we're going to just poke holes in it. As you see, I'm just going to poke some holes in it. And the holes don't have to be perfect. You do want to space them out. It's just enough so when we pour our Jello in there, that it will go nicely in there, okay? It looks kind of messy, but I guarantee you guys it's going to be good. Okay guys, we're getting ready to make our Jello. Once again, this is 4.5 cup of serving. This is a 3-ounce Jello that you want to use. And remember I said you can use raspberry or you can use strawberry. So let's do our Jello. I'm only adding 1 cup of hot water. I'm not adding a cold cup of water to come with it. You just want 1 cup of boiling water for this, for a small thing of Jello. You want to make sure that you get all that the Jello is dissolved completely. And once it's dissolved completely, you want to get your cake that you poked your holes in, and you're going to pour that Jello all over that cake. Just go over all the holes. It's okay if you get on places that's not a hole. And what you're going to do is you're going to set this in your refrigerator for at least 1 hour, and then we're going to come back and we're going to frost it with our whipped cream and our pudding. With the Jello in it in the refrigerator, and now it's time to take it out and put our topping on there. Now you could top it just with Cool Whip and then add your fruit, or you could do pudding in Cool Whip. What I did is I took a 3.4 ounces pudding mix vanilla, and I just add 1 cup of milk to it. It requires, I think, 2 cups of milk, but I only add 1 cup, and then I mix it very well. Then I add it into my Cool Whip to give it a more creamier and heavier taste. Okay, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna see my Cool Whip gonna have like a yellow color to it because I added that pudding. We're gonna add our topping, our Cool Whip topping. Guys, add that on there. And you could you can make all kind of designs. You know, you could make swirly designs with your frosting if you like. Want to get it all on there. Okay. You want to make sure you cover the whole cake with your Cool Whip frosting. And remember, the pudding is optional. I just like the pudding because it just seemed like the Cool Whip has a more creamier taste. after you get this completely on here, covering your whole cake, guys. After you get this completely on here, guys, you could begin to add your strawberries. Remember I told you you could use strawberries, or you could use strawberries, or you could use raspberries. Now I just want to remind you, the first cake that I made with strawberries, I just rinsed the strawberries out and I cut the top of them off and I set them on there. Second cake that I'm making, and I'm using strawberries. And you can add raspberries. Be very creative when you make this cake. And you could, for your fruit topping, it could be any Jello that you like. And the kids just love it. And here you go, guys. This is your strawberry Jello poke cake. I hope you enjoy.